Daryl to throw first. Game on.
It is Super Chin who'll be thrown first in this one, and Paul Nicholson has joined me in the comms box.
Yeah, let's get cracking with this second half of the draw. Delicious looking top half, isn't it, with Vandenberg against Van Gerwen, who is going to come into the semi-finals very fresh, but you just wonder if Vandenberg will have the edge, because he has been on the stage tonight. He's got rid of the cobwebs, whereas Van Gerwen played the very first game this afternoon. Well, a long time since he played.
Whether there are cobwebs or whatever, Dimitri's probably going to have to play better than he did there against Michael Smith, you would think. But you would also think he will play better than that.
I think he will. Well, Jonny Clayton this week, you mentioned, has played well. It's always a good sign when someone has a better second game than their first game. That's exactly what we found with Jonny. 94 was enough to take care of Scott Waits. 97.99 against Mensah Suljovic. It was a good game, but it could have been quite precarious if he'd not been so clinical at the end.
Yeah, look, he did have a bit of a let-off early in the game against Mensah. He was missing some doubles, but ultimately there was enough good stuff from Jonny. Not particularly good stuff from Daryl with his opening dart there. Straight into the 7, but he will leave himself on tops.
Sharing a joke with the referee there. Just asking a question of numbers on the fly there was Super Chin.
140.
You got it right though.
40.
He did? Can he get this right? Wow. Well, did that deflect off those darts?
Yeah.
It's deflected a long way, hasn't it?
Yeah, that was a big old bounce. Oh, the Cullen 88.
60.
That is a big chance missed. That would have been such a bonus to take this first leg, because Daryl really has bossed the scoring stakes. Fifth dart, now sixth to win this first leg. Edgy stuff. Well, Gurney punctuates it with a really good shot.
Second leg, it's Jonny to throw first.
Yeah, he's moving further and further left, trying to open up an angle towards that double 10, and he found it expertly, to be honest.
83.
Is this the right time to talk about the curse of the green jacket?
Yeah, you can bring it up by all means.
Austria and the Graz event, where you win the Austrian Darts Open, you get a green jacket. Marvellous thing when Jonny Clayton did that, and we thought, yeah, his career's really starting now, beating Gerwin Price in that final. He didn't defend the title because Michael van Gerwen took that
100.
a year later. He got a green jacket. But since they won that green jacket, they have not been able to win another European Tour event. Hence, the curse of the green jacket. Will that be snapped tonight, or will we take the curse back to Graz in late April?
Well, presumably Michael van Gerwen up in his loft has got not only that green jacket, but a portrait of himself that just keeps on collecting Euro Tour trophies over the last 3 years, because he hasn't been getting any.
He's stuck on 32, which is a lovely number for a dart player.
32.
Yeah, he's what, 26 ahead of Peter Wright? That's ridiculous.
He's not going to do this again, is he? He's it again for the second time today. Jonny Clayton calling Mr. 138 and getting some silly pyjamas. What a shot.
They've got a fan out there who's done a portrait of Jonny Clayton on their 180 card. Well, that shot was worthy of a portrait.
Yes. Yes, Jonny.
140.
Oh, Jonny Clayton has just hit a little purple patch here, hasn't he? 180 setup shot, followed by the 138, kicks off 140.
I like to lay down markers for people who tend to practice when they watch our coverage, you know, Dan, because when I'm not working with you guys, I might be at home. I'll have a practice while I watch the action. Set them a little challenge. Why don't you at home try and get 318 points in 6? It's very difficult.
Yeah, good luck with that. You might start trying that in this game, and you'll still be throwing by the time the final ends, and you won't have done it.
I used to do one thing when I was practicing all the time on my own. I wouldn't go to bed unless I hit a 133 checkout.
Ooh, preferred route?
Treble 19 and 2 double 19s.
Ooh, I like it.
The sexy way. There was one night I just couldn't hit it. I think I was up until about 3 a.m.
58.
Daryl Gurney leaving the 164, but Jonny Clayton, you would expect, should leave himself something a little bit easier.
60.
Well, I mean, it is easier, but it's not as easy as it could have been.
Same kind of combo as the last one here. Treble 18 for Bull. Hello. Wow, what a bullseye that is! Epicenter for a 164. Finishing wonder in the last couple of legs.
Well, you just saw with Daryl Gurney there. He was giving himself an extra beat on each of those darts. So all weekend, indeed, a lot of this year, Daryl Gurney has been playing pretty quickly. He's quicker than he used to be. He gets to the oche and he goes through his action pretty quickly. But there, he was just giving himself a little moment, and it was perfect.
140.
It's only 16 between them in the averages. But there have been a lot of games where the averages have been very different.
60.
It's been telling us a lie. It's all about the leg score here and the position of this game, which is on throw. And we're still at best of 11, remember. Only the semis and final go to the longer format.
140.
Do you remember when Daryl won here and he beat Ricky Evans in the final and he collapsed to the floor, didn't he? Because he was knackered. And then Ricky almost feigned like he was kicking him in the head.
Yeah, I think he collapsed to the floor, which he thought would be like a big dramatic moment. But I think he also banged his knee on the oche. So he then sort of had another. He went down in installments.
Only required 121.
A bit like Pikey falling off his chair.
Yes, a bit like that. Hi, Stuart, if you're watching.
Oh, it's Bull. Oh, that would have been the third big check out in a row. And if Gurney takes this, Clayton will be on the verge of tapping out.
A 138, a 164. We won't see the 161, but we will see him.
130.
Okay, it leaves him to single to double combo, which is what he was going to do anyway by hitting the 25.
You can't hit double 18 from 31. That's the only downside. Well, maybe the other downside is the fact that Jonny Clayton had the shot first. But one thing, I did get some information during the break between the last 16 and the quarterfinals. I had a voice note from his manager, Matt Ward, Daryl Gurney's manager, of course, and he was explaining why Daryl's proclivity for double 18 this weekend has started. Apparently, he was practicing a few weeks ago, and he just wasn't missing it, so he's almost adopted the fact that double 18 is a really good shot in his eye line now, and he has adjusted his approach shots to reflect that double 18 works for him, and the proof's in the pudding because he has been hitting it.
Yeah, he's been playing some excellent stuff of late, Daryl Gurney. And yeah, double 18, it has its benefits, you know, it's up the, you throw at that portion of the board quite a lot. Particularly for things like 76 and 56, you can get the weight of dart right. All you do is adjust the line. Now, the problem is, of course, 3 darts at double 18, you miss inside, you lose a dart, which is why a lot of players will go to double 16 and double top. For the obvious ones, they break down more easily. 3 darts in hand, you should be getting all 3 darts at a double.
I'm really glad you brought up the 76, because earlier on in the day, when Daryl was playing against Joe Cullen, he had 76 left. And he went for 2 massive 20s and double 18. Yeah. It was so obvious that he was just taking double 8 out of the equation.
Well, this doesn't need to go in this visit, but it might go in this visit. Oh, how about this?
99.
Oh, every single big finish is getting looked at here.
It really is. I mean, I'm not actually sure I agree with going treble 13 for that particular shot.
Because try and tell Martin Adams that.
Well,
he's got 79 with 3 darts and he goes treble 13. I hate that shot, but the amount of times that he hits it.
Very, very good. Jonny Clayton pins double top. It's a 13 darter and a break of throw, our first of the match.
It's really interesting to me that Jonny Clayton and Daryl Gurney have only won 1 European Tour event each.
100.
Well, look, Jonny Clayton won his European Tour event before he became the all-conquering ferret title monster that he is now.
Yeah, he was remarkable in Graz.
He was, but we knew what he did. He picked up a title a year. He picked one up in Graz. He picked up a Players' Championship the other year. Won the World Cup, of course. And then the ball just, you know.
45.
it snowballed into this incredible year last year, where he was winning major titles all over the place.
Well, in 2018, when he won in Graz, he had a match in the semi-finals with Mensah that I will never forget. As we see Gurney's second 180 of this contest. But that semi-final, that crowd, that was as one-sided as I've seen anywhere in the world. It was awful for Clayton, and he came through it. In the final, against Price, he owned it. But then later that year, he played in Copenhagen against Per Larsen, and that game was just as one-sided, and Clayton won again. So at that time, I'm thinking, if you want to put someone in a away match, put JC in.
Yeah. And it's that double 18 he's left.
63.
He can't get it this time around, Daryl Gurney. It doesn't matter that much right now, but I'll be interested to see if he goes straight at this double 9, because he's going to be under some pressure.
98. Daryl, you require 18.
Well, Johnny's left that number 76. Straight for it, and double 4 needs to be used eventually anyway. Oh, this one's slipping away.
Jonny, you require
Clayton loves
76.
these 2 dart kills.
One of the most efficient in the world at these sorts of shots nowadays. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Gobbled up by Jonny Clayton. 4-2. And Daryl Gurney, we made a thing. It's this double 18. He's relied upon it recently. He's been very, very good at it. But misses it there. Misses the chance to mop up the 18 that he'd left. And Jonny Clayton steps in to open up a 2-leg advantage for the first time in the match.
If you've got 76 left, and you've got 2 darts in hand to save the planet, who are you giving those 2 darts to? And bearing in mind that you can give them their own brand.
Yes. I mean, look, Jonny Clayton is in those sorts of finishes and those sorts of situations. Jonny Clayton is right up there as one of the guys you go to.
I'd go with either Jonny or Damo.
And Damon Hetto is certainly in the discussion. Not here tonight, of course, but Peter Wright, the world number 1. You'd fancy to take it out more than the vast majority of players.
Oh, it's a lovely camera angle. Looking at the way that Jonny Clayton's darts directly go flat, whereas Daryl's are sitting up a bit more, and that's so inviting for a maximum. Oh, stunning camera work. Now that's his second 180.
Yeah, yeah.
I got it wrong earlier.
That's all right. You were just a leg ahead of yourself. That's all.
60.
Clayton can't leave the 138 again. Gurney. He's gone to double 16 here.
He's reverting to type. That's what he used to do. He was noted as one of the best double 16 shooters in the world when he was on top form.
Well, certainly it was a big part of him winning the Grand Prix. Single 18 for the Ferrets.
He didn't want to get a 180 there.
Yeah, yes. We were all a little concerned.
Nice shot from Super Chin. Gets himself back within 1, but he still has issues in this game. If Clayton holds, he loses.
Well, against Joe Cullen, it felt like Joe Cullen was the aggressor. He was doing more good stuff than Daryl in that contest, but Daryl still just about managed to keep him away. And he ended up winning that one 6 legs to 3. His average has improved as this game has gone over the last few legs, but Jonny Clayton is averaging 104 right now. This is really impressive, and he's getting better. Starting off with a 94, it was a 97 this afternoon. He's up way above the ton at the minute. This is a good sign for Jonny Clayton.
I had a little chat with Jonny last night. He was back at the hotel when we all finished. It was nice to see him. Have a little bit of a catch-up. He was having a look on an auction site on his phone. He was just looking at bits and bobs.
Bits and bobs?
Yeah,
isn't it just Terry Jenkins?
He said, I asked him, are you in the market for anything in particular? He said, no, I'm just having a look around. I mean, he was looking at things like tractors and that.
Tractors?
Yeah. Well, yeah, he does own half of Wales now. He's going to be the mayor of Wales or something like that in the future because he's that popular.
404.
Getting the counting right.
136.
I mean, his numeracy is going to improve just by looking at his bank account.
That's true. Surely he'll leave a double 18 here.
100.
Huge. 2 guides above the 60 bed there. This will be a backbreaker. You've got to give credit where credit is due. Daryl Gurney in this leg here is making this game more interesting if he hits this.
Surely. Yeah, absolutely superb. We've got a level game here. Daryl Gurney digging in. Let's just show you some of the stats in this game, because it is turned out to be, after some, not a slow start, but a couple of missed doubles from Gurney, there's some real quality here. I mean, everything won in 4, 5 or 6 visits to the board, and usually with the other player just exerting some pressure.
57.
I'll show you the averages, because Daryl Gurney's first 9 average, this is what we want to see from Super Chin when he was playing his best stuff and winning major titles. And, you know, go back 3 years when he won this, 2.5 years when he won his last ranking event. He was one of the big 180 hitters around. Now, we've only seen a couple of 180s. This might be a third. Well, it's not going to be, but the number of 2 treble visits in this game from Daryl Gurney is more than that even of Jonny Clayton, and usually that's where Clayton really hurts you. He's constantly accumulating the ton 40s and 137s, 134s, things like that. There you see, 12 to 10 in Gurney's favour, those 2 treble visits. May not be as flashy as the 180s, but they just really grind you down and put pressure on.
Yes, they do. Very, very well said, Dan. I mean, these guys aren't really big on stats. Jonny and Daryl just go up there and play, and that's what they will communicate to the likes of RMC Philip Brzezinski if they win. But if they were into stats, they'd be looking at getting a 115 front 9 average. That's where you want to be. If not, a little bit better than that when you're playing your A+ game.
60.
Now Clayton, he's looking to break straight back, and he's got 6 darts from here.
Treble 19, leave double 16.
57.
That's all right.
Yeah, he'll get a couple of darts to break again and go to the verge of his first ever win against Daryl Gurney. He's lost all 3 times that they played before. However, Gurney hasn't played Jonny Clayton over the last couple of years when he's become one of the very, very elite.
34.
This is a huge passage of play. Just gets the single. Double 8.
36.
Now Daryl for the lead. Make a decision. Do you want to go back to double 18, or do you want to go to your old plan? Looks like the old plan. Double 16. And it's there for 5 legs to 4. He only needs 1 more.
The old plan is a good plan. And from 4-2 down, Daryl Gurney has won 3 legs on the spin, and he might be about to register a 4th win against Jonny Clayton and maintain his 100% record against the Ferrets.
We could be looking at the Ferrets bet noir.
Absolutely.
Well, he's the bet noir of lots of players. He seems to have a little bit of MVG and a little bit of James Wade in his pocket. Particularly James.
Well, I mean, I'll tell you what, there's a possibility we could have a Daryl Gurney, Michael van Gerwen final here tonight. And the one thing that is a guarantee in that is that Daryl Gurney raises his game. He has had some incredible contests with MVG over recent months. But then again, Jonny Clayton's another player who something seems to click when he plays MVG.
Yeah, that's true.
To be honest, Michael van Gerwen would probably prefer he doesn't face either of these guys in the final. If he gets that far, of course. Dimitri Vandenberg is his semi-final hurdle.
Yeah, if he was looking at the bottom half, he'd probably rather play Rob Cross or Karel Sedlacek.
Although Cross, of course, beat him in the European Championship final.
Yeah, but Rob's never won a European Tour event.
True. And lost in finals to Michael van Gerwen.
26.
Well, a mistake there from Clayton. He is down to a finish, but 2 trebles from Daryl Gurney, and he's been very good at these 2 treble visits.
145 plus here, really. If he'd have got the first 60, another one, then he would have switched. Well, I think I got as much of a shot on that second dart as you. That one came out of the cannon.
Treble 19 for tops for another massive finish. Not going to go. So just doing the sums. 78 should be the 18s. There we go. We got there.
97.
This leg is Nova. we all want it to go the distance because we're neutrals in this.
Yeah, Daryl Gurney doesn't. I think everybody else here wouldn't mind a last leg decider.
Jonny requires 60.
Just under the tops. That'll do. Double 10. And that will do. All the way we go. And Daryl has the darts. Chucking a 12.
Game on.
Off to the semis.
Well, Gurney has not managed to get himself a match dart so far in this game. Is it the sort of game where both players will get a chance to win it?
Well, that classic we had with Martin Lukman and Damon Heta yesterday. How many match darts were in that match? One.
Just the one. Damon Heta should have got one himself, but missed a big number.
That was a leg where Martin Lukman hit 2 180s back to back. Finished the match with 7 perfect darts. 180, 180, double 4. Clayton, 85 behind. But now 15 in front.
Nip and tuck. Moving over to the 18s.
92.
Finding a treble.
I don't know about that, you know. I'm just looking at the amount of darts it takes to get to a double there. 4 18s leaves 224, but 4 19s would have left 220, which meant he was 180 away from tops. But Clayton gets the maximum to give himself a guaranteed shot for the match.
And Jonny Clayton, so often on 1-2-1 after 9 darts thrown, he is going to go for the bull if he can find a route to it. And he can't. And Daryl Gurney could steal it away.
This would be some crescendo to what's been a very good game of darts. Treble 18 is a must. It's found. Bull to win. Oh, Gurney! Take a bow! He's the man who knows how to beat Jonny Clayton. What do you say about that, Dan?
Absolutely spectacular from Daryl Gurney. And if that sort of thing doesn't remind you of the kind of stuff he was producing to win major titles, say in mine at the Players' Championship finals, one bullseye in the last leg against Michael van Gerwen had to go. He produced it. And Super Chin is getting back to title-winning form. He's taken out Luke Humphries, he's taken out Joe Cullen, he's taken out a third-seeded player in Jonny the Ferret Clayton, and he is through to the semi-finals of the German Darts Championship as he looks to reclaim the title he won 3 years ago. It'll be Rob Cross, the European champion, or Karel Sedlacek, the outsider, whom he faces at final quarter-final here at Halle 39 is coming up. But we'll leave you with some words and probably some song from Daryl Gurney.
Super Chin, Daryl Gurney zieht ins Halbfinale ein. Daryl, congratulations. We can see there how much that win means to you.
Listen, for me, Jonny Clayton is one of the best players in the world, other beside Michael Van Gerwen, Gilsey Price, Peter Wright. They are the 4 elect. They're unbelievable dart players. And for me to go up here now and beat Jonny, I don't know how many times I played Jonny, but I've beat him a load of times, but it was before it was Jonny, the major champion. And yeah, no, listen, I'm super proud of myself. I kept battling in there. I kept hanging on these shirt tails. A couple of times he missed chances. I missed chances. I blew a really bad leg, and I thought, you know, that's going to come back and haunt me at the end. But I kept on believing. I kept on making sure in that last leg that I give myself a chance. Even whenever he went 180, and I was all, please hit a ton. Please hit a ton. Give yourself a chance at the ball. And that's what I did. And you know what I mean? The Hill of the Same crowd got me through it. So yeah, boom.
Daryl, I mean, this 124 checkout to edge it in the end, this is the stuff that champions do. This is the stuff that earned you 2 major titles. Yeah,
I mean, it was bread and butter a couple of years ago. Somebody's told me, but yeah, I didn't feel like I was then. Back then, I feel like I was a good finisher, a good scorer, and I was always competitive in every league. And then, obviously, people says to me recently, they go, you know what, you're on your way, you're back. But you don't realise how good a finisher you were. And I was like, oh, what are you talking about? And they're like, see, whenever you got them 86s, them 60s, or them whatever, says you always finished them under the most pressure. And that's what won you titles, and that's what got you to number 3 in the world. And all of a sudden I was going, gee, at one stage I was a good finisher, but I always knew I was a good scorer. So, yeah, no, listen, I don't care what happens in the next game now. I don't even care who I play. I'm happy I beat Jonny Clayton. Jonny Clayton is a gentleman. He's somebody that a young player should look up to. He's got the great attitude, lovely man, and yeah, honestly, I couldn't praise him enough.
Daryl, great words, and I can say that was an absolute joy to watch. Ladies and gentlemen, im Halbfinale, Super Chin, Daryl Gurney.